What's up, guys? Back again for another night show. We are back Sunday night, so new week ahead, new opportunities, new money to be made. We got some stuff going on this week. Earnings kicking off pretty well. We do have news and stuff, but nothing too significant. Powell speaks on Tuesday in the morning, and then we have jobless claims, job news at PMI, and that's Thursday, and then durable goods Friday. I don't know. Other than that, I think Tuesday and Thursday are the days of being more significant news. But really, the main day we're going to be really watching is Wednesday. That's going to be Google and Tesla earnings. They're going to kick us off for big tech and kind of see how we go from there. Now, so far, earnings season, not too bad on some of these other names, right? TSM, gapping up there and then kind of coming back down, but still all-time highs, not bad. We're seeing a few other names, hold very strong and push kind of well, kind of into earnings season. So this is a really good look, right? Microsoft, still trucking along. cracking over 500. So I like that. This is good. So let's see. But anyways, right now, all the talk right now is a few of the names, right? Apple, people, all the gurus, all the big accounts right now talking about Apple squeezing right here. I see it in a flag, looking like it wants to break up. If it breaks out of this, which it looks like it is a little bit right now, over 212.22 runs back to 213 area. From there, should magnet to 217, 218. Probably the move that they're looking for right there, all this area. So I'll be keeping an eye on that just in case. But for the real targets for me, for SPY and Q, I have SPY pushing to 630 as the next target up, and then 632, 635 area. That's my targets for SPY. SPY is a little bit stronger here than Q, as opposed to Friday when we kind of just knifed back into, just support. A lot of people were, were kind of freaking out on Friday, but it was low volume, and we just knifed right back into buyers. Where again, last time we are here, we gapped up, sold off, came right back up. Now we're, old resistance turning support is what we're looking at. And it looks like we're just going to shoot right up to 563 again. And then next target up is 565 for QQQ. So that's what I'm going to be looking at. But I like this. Good setup. Futures are green right now slightly. So we're going to see if we're just going to magnet up more, which we likely will. I'm going to be keeping an eye on TSLL. I like this. When Tesla starts running up, I like to turn to TSL for kind of, cheap contracts and a good move. For every few cents as soon as the contracts move a few dollars and they're cheap. So I really like this. I'm going to keep an eye on this. But I see it flagging right now. Right now it says it's at 1282 overnight. So sitting at this supply above 1283 where it's at right now, apparently. If we can get above that, I know we're going to magnet right up to the 13 area, and then ultimately almost the 14 would be the main targets. That's what the weekly main target, at least. So that's what I'm going to be looking at to turn to if Tesla, beats earnings or keeps ripping or, runs up into earnings. I think that's what I'm going to be looking at there. So that's a really good play just in case, if nothing else is going on, move to where you see, attention is flowing. So you want to be able to kind of turn your attention to that, make a play out of something when everyone else is kind of just bored looking around. So other things I was watching too is, where is it at? Hood, definitely Hood. Hood, good break on Friday near above 113. Right here, right when we closed above 101.51, we finally cracked that 100 level and closed above it pretty nicely. Upgraded Hood to 120 strike, so or 120 target, and in 2 days, ran from 100 area all the way to 113, so almost hitting the 120. We should hit that very soon before we see any type of cool off. So keep an eye on that. If it ends up breaking above 111, 76 right there, I will be looking to play calls for that continuation. But we are kind of getting towards the top, I think, before we really kind of pull back, cool off, and then from there, I would be able to want to touch it or play it again. But we're getting near, towards the end. So we'll see what happens here. A little bit of mixed on some banks, a little bit of mixed on other individual names. Do we have, that was last week, right? Retail stuff. I think that was, yeah, that was last week. Yeah, so as far as news, really not much going on this week other than Powell speaking, and then jobless claims, new home sales, okay, and then durable goods. I don't know, that's not really going to do much, but Powell talking is going to be a thing. But other than that, earnings are going to be overshadow everything else. So that's really what we're going to be watching. And of course, SPY and Q, if we can see that melt up here and hit our targets above, should be pretty good. Q is sitting at 562.20. So back in this area right here, we should probably pop out tomorrow. Tomorrow might be a good day to see if we end up pushing back up and, go for a few days out on the contracts and slam those calls and let it ride. I promise you're going to bank. AMD here on a falling wedge. I like this. Still near that 158, 156 area. Falling wedge. So I had this, Friday. So we are breaking that falling wedge a little bit. Boom. So it's breaking up right here, and it's sitting at 158 exactly. So about right here. So let's see if it ends up boom and then coming right back up. We'll be watching that. I'll be looking to slam more AMD if we get above 160.93. That's going to be a really good look. So we'll see if there's follow through on this. Also, I'll be watching NVIDIA. NVIDIA is squeezing here. We are sitting over a pretty large gap that I don't think is going to come down anytime soon to fill. But if it does, then I'll be ready. But we already had like good 2 solid days after creating it to hit the gap a little bit and it reversed. So still higher highs here, even with Friday's kind of pulled down. So let's see, above 174.16, I got the money symbol. I got, my alerts right there ready. I'm not interested in this until we break above that 174.16. Sitting at 173 right now. So about right here in this area, we're still inside this flag. So let's kind of see what we end up doing here. I like this. I give this another 1 to 2 days, probably Tuesday, possibly Wednesday, but no later than Wednesday for this move to finally either break up or down. That's exactly what I'm going to be watching. We got SPY Q still going a little bit higher here. I like this. Pushing right back up for SPY and Q. So Q a little bit stronger here, sitting at 562.48 now. So 562.48, yeah, about right here. So sitting over this zone right here. So yeah, I mean, Monday's looking like we slam the dip or slam at open and let it ride, into Tuesday kind of thing. Or, we got our targets 563.32, so on its way there, and then ultimately 565 for the next target up. SPY, we already know we got to go revisit that 629.47 level, and then from there, like we're already on our way there, and then from there 630 and then 632. Do I have that marked out? 632, and then from there 635. If I can get that marked up about right. Good enough, like that. Should be good. Should be good. I like this. Really good setup. We're finally breaking out of this. We're seeing like a lot of chop the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 trading days, and we're up, down, up, down. We're finally breaking out of it now. So don't be scared now. Now's the time where we're going to be pushing out of this. So this is where we really got to be kind of stepping on a little bit and getting those wins. So we've been definitely getting those wins with SPY and QQ. We've been killing it nonstop, but for here, I want you guys to kind of slam. Don't be looking at puts. I need you guys to be looking at longer day calls on SPY and QQ. Slam, dates out, a week out, a few days out, and slam those dips and just let it kind of ride. And you'll be all right. Even if you see red, you'll be all right. Especially when it's low volume, we just pop right back up. Super easy stuff. So don't be scared about that. Don't be scared about that. All right. Shout out to the 70 plus people showing up here. I know it's early. I know we're just getting started a little bit. Shout out to the Twitch people. We getting it in. We getting it in. I mean, like I said, not too many good major setups that I'm seeing, but SPY and Q looking real good. We're waiting to see what kind of triggers on a few other names, but as far as anything, I'm kind of salivating at the mouth. Really nothing right now. We got Block or XYZ up after hours from inclusion to S&P 500. I wonder when Hood's going to be next. We'll see. But good rip there. So a little bit of news there. Not too much other than that. TQ, say a little TQ. I haven't charted up here. I haven't been playing TQ since all the way down to 76. We're at 86 now. I've been, after that rip, nice. I've been playing QQ way more. So, I mean, anytime I run to TQQ is usually if the contracts are super juiced on QQQ. So I'll end up going TQQ for the same move, but better priced options. But yeah, I mean, let's see. Really good. Anyways, I got my price targets for above SPY. Like I said, we should run to 630, 632, and then 635. QQ, we should run to 563.32, then 565, the ultimate kind of target from there. And then from there, probably 568. Yeah, 568. We should get there. So let's see. Amazon, let's see what's kind of setting up for Google. I know it's earnings. Google above 186.23 should run to 188, 187. It's a very tight zone that it's in right now. So I'm not going to be kind of paying attention to it. I know earnings coming up on it Wednesday. Market's going to be, watching that heavily. So I'm going to see kind of what happens, I guess, in the run up there for it. But I don't think I'm going to be, looking to play it. We'll see though. we'll see. Unless it really, calls for it, but I'm not going to force anything for sure. And Tesla, I like Tesla a lot right now. I've been loving it, ever since we ended up breaking above that 315 level, 314 right here. We ran to the 321. Above that, I knew we'd rip in Friday. We ripped on that. A little mad I missed that on Friday because Tesla Fridays. So it's sitting at the 335 and still holding really well around here. That's my next target up, which we're already kind of hitting that. Next target up is 342, and then above that should run to 345, 350. Ultimate target would be 356, 358 to close it all the way back out from that pull down back in 624, June 24th. So we'll see about that, but I'm loving this. Things are moderately green right now. I like this. Let's see overnight if we just continue to magnet up, which likely we will. It's been low volume. Notice how here, even looking at futures on the hourly, you can just see, the type of range we were in the past, I don't know, like, or since all of July, really. All of July, you can just see this range up, down, up, down. And now, what's the difference? What is the difference where we're at right now? Of course, we're at all-time highs, but what is the difference that we're looking at? You can see here that we finally broke above those highs, came down for that retest. Notice how we dipped right at it. Now we pushed right back out. So you can see, this is resistance turning support. You can see, we're gearing up for earnings and stuff like that. So again, this looks really well, and it looks like we're headed for a way bigger breakout, a bigger move upward. So let's see if we can kind of get it done. And I know earnings will probably be the one to do it. Definitely, right? So let's see what kind of happens there. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. I want to see it happen. I want to ride out. I want to be in it. I want to be banking off it, and I know we will. So you want my trades, guys? Follow me on my trades. If you want my live alert trades, wap.com/Regal Capital. Get the Regal Cap Trend Bot too if you just want some confirmation on slamming SPY Q. It tells you when to take calls or puts. And of course, I coded now, and we're going to be testing it out this week, that it's going to be sending out alerts with trims. So once it says like slam here, it's going to be like, hey, SPY moved down $1.50, trim, it's hitting levels. So, and it's also going to give targets above and below. So that's also going to be super helpful. So if you want access to that, again, wap.com/Regal Capital, that's the Regal Cap Trend Bot. So pretty good, pretty good. Yeah, we're seeing Q still push up a little bit more here, 562.50. We're above these zones again, which is all-time high supply that we kind of just made. As long as we stay above that, because you can see that was Thursday's highs. A lot of buyers are sitting there, and we're already above it on SPY. So I mean, there's really no sellers sitting up here. It's just low. You can see it right here. Above, I would say 628.33, and we're at 628.55. I mean, it's all-time high area. There's not enough sellers to be up here to push us down or anything. We're up here, especially if it's just low volume. Do less, slam some calls on some longer dates. Play it safe and just let it ride out. You're gonna be all right. Promise. Promise you'll be good. Promise you're gonna make money. Especially if you're following my levels, you'll be all right. Trust that. Yeah. So we had fun. We had fun yesterday. We hung out a little bit on stream, talked to levels and things like that. This week, I expect us to continue kind of pushing up here. No real signs of selling, no real signs of weakness. Looking really good. So QQ, you already know 565 is my next target up for this week. SPY should run to 630, 632, 635 is my target, and that's what I'm going to be aiming for. So I want to be slamming those 631, 632 calls nonstop, few days out, and just spamming them for the ride up. I know we should get that pretty nicely. So as long as no crazy news, no Trump coming out and saying nothing crazy, I think we should easily magnet up here and do our thing. So I'm ready to go for this week. Who's ready to make some money with me? I'm ready to make some money. We had some banger plays last week. Banger. NVIDIA, of course, we caught that gap up. Huge. Look at this. We still went higher, but I mean, we had the 172s down here at 164, and those closed in the money. I mean, those went from $20 to over 230, over $300 a contract. I mean, easy stuff. We played AMD on some August 1st contracts, so weeks out, and we caught the move up, and those things ran too. Man, so those are some really good plays as well. We've had some good spying cues, of course. And yeah, I mean, we're just making do with what we got. Other than last week it was a little bit of range choppiness. Even though Monday was really good, we played QQQ. So Monday was that gap up, wasn't that? Where were you? Gap up right here, and we ended up playing SPY puts on the way down. We cashed out NVIDIA calls. Um, we played the gap down here on SPY on some lottos. That was really good. The gap filled back down. Yeah, I mean, we played. All right, we swung QQ calls. Yeah, it was. That was a good start. Tuesday was. We just kind of did less. I think we slammed hood, and then we took a new position on Nvidia, which banked again. Yeah. So, pretty good in my opinion. Pretty good week last week. Not gonna lie. Um, with what we had would make do, right? So I think we maybe had one loss that got stopped out that hit our stops, kind of tighter stops, but it's all good. Anyways, but we're seeing AMD here, falling wedge, bullish. Notice how we are now breaking out of this, pushing out here at 5, yeah, about this area right here. So beautiful. I want to see us kind of boom, boom, and then push right out here. Again, super bullish on AMD. As long as we stay above 158.71, I'm going to be looking for more August 1st strike calls for the ride out of here. I think 165 is in the works here. 164.22, ready for that. That should be really good. So we'll see about that. Questions? Let me know, guys. I mean, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to make some money this week. I'm ready to win it. I'm ready to wake up Monday and kill it and kind of set up. I would probably go with Monday being kind of a better price action, Tuesday being the kind of setup, positioning day into Tesla earnings and into Google earnings, and that's what's going to really move us as far as the market. The market's going to be looking at Tesla and Google earnings. That's going to move us. That's going to move SPY and QQ. That's going to be the thing to drive us here. So that is probably what the market's going to be waiting on or watching. So if you think, or if you see Tuesday again kind of choppy pre-market and then it comes out kind of slow, just know that you need to be whatever trades you take on Tuesday or need to be positioning for Wednesday for when that's going to come. So I would say Tuesday, we're not even going to push it like that. We're going to maybe sit back, get our money, and then, faster, and then kind of wait for Wednesday to come around. Then we'll position Wednesday so we're ready for Wednesday close to go into the end of the week, Thursday, Friday. So, of course, there's news Thursday morning too. So that's going to be a double header. You got to think about that, guys. We have major earnings after Wednesday close, and then market news, jobless claims that's going to move us or affect us on Thursday. So I mean, it's going to be like a double header. As long as we see things if we see things like positively react on both of those, expect us to hit those weekly targets above on SPY and Q. I mean, expect it. We're going to push right up. Yeah, we're seeing MNQ push up near right back to all-time highs. I like this. SPY and Q both up about $1. So $1.30 for Q, about $1 for SPY. I like this. Good, good. We should magnet up here. Tesla only up $5, but sitting at the 335 level here should run to 342, 350-ish, 356, 358 is the ultimate weekly target that I have. And I'm going to be keeping an eye on some of these names, right? We'll kind of see what Apple does, right? Everyone's watching Apple to see how that squeezes out. We can look at that. I like this. I mean, I see what they're looking at, and if we break this, which we kind of are, and it's sitting at 211.86, above 212 right here, 212.22 should run to 213 supply right here easily. From there, we'll see if it ends up breaking and finishing the complete move, the 217, 218 right up here, that supply. So let's see if that, gives it that, that's the bullish pennant pattern, right? And boom, flag, here we go, pushing out. So that's not too bad. Or a bullish, whatever you want to call that, bullish, just a flag. It's just flagging. So usually this plays out all the way up to here as the continuation. So we'll see. I'll be keeping an eye on that. I'll keep an eye. Don't worry. I'll be ready to play it if I have to. If I have to, I'm going for it. But we're seeing a lot of green here overnight, and we should probably see more as we kind of trickle up or slowly melt up. I'm going to be watching TSLL. You already know. above 1283 here. If we get any type of dips on TSL, I think Monday, I think we'll be all right for some calls into the week. To be honest, I'm gonna be keeping an eye on that for sure. Super ready. I think I'm gonna post that to members gains as well, or members high conviction setup here for members. If you're not a member, you know, you don't know, but if you're not a member, I do post high conviction setups for the team, and man, those are the best. We watch those the most, and those bank heavily, heavily, and we love playing those. So I like to, give the chart and then kind of give the idea of, what I want next or what I want to look for, the strike, all of that, and play it to the tee. And those bang. I love those. And it's just a way for me to highlight, which names I'm really watching going into this, so no one's kind of caught off surprise when I slam certain things or when I alert a trade. They know what I'm aiming for here. They're not just like, they don't think it's just random or anything. They know what I'm aiming for and my price targets and why I took the strike and everything. So I'm gonna go ahead and post that right now to them. And of course, like I said, I'll be given the strike. I think that's probably the biggest thing. I'm given the option strike, the price I want it at, and then I go for it. No hesitation, looking straight for it. So we'll see about that. TQ looking good. I will definitely post that. Questions, let me know. Let me know. Shout out to 115 of y'all on here. Appreciate y'all showing up. I know it's Sunday night, but this is where the real money is made right here. Being prepared Sunday night so you can come out and Monday morning and win immediately. So when I'm dropping, my trades, or I'm showing y'all, how I do it, or showing gains and all that, it starts from right here. It starts from kind of just understanding, that I'm prepared and I have the game plan, because I kind of overlooked it there. I looked at my game plan and I'm like, all right, these are my scenarios. Above this, I'm going for that. If it does this, I'm going for that. And then all I gotta do is sit back and let it ride. And then, definitely, get on it, go for it. So that's probably, why a lot of people are like, dang, how does he do it? I just have my scenarios. If it, crosses over this level and everything's looking right and all my boxes are checked, then I'm going for it. If it doesn't trigger, then it doesn't trigger. I don't got to force nothing. I don't got to press it. I'll sit back, be a little bit more patient, kind of see how it reacts off that. And of course, there's always going to be opportunities and there's always going to be something. You don't want to be forcing a trade on what? Monday, when the bigger move that you're looking for comes Tuesday, and you're in a name you settled for when you're waiting for something else on, and it came Tuesday, and all you had to do is wait for that. Yeah, I mean, we've all been there. Just trying to avoid that as much as you can. I think doing that separates, you from just like kind of the average trader on how you can definitely, capitalize off stuff like that. So pretty well. I like this. I like this all. Everything's pretty green here overnight. Let's see if we keep it pushing. Looks like we are still pushing here for ES and MMQ. I like it. Yeah, MMQ is rocking here, rocking and rolling. Looks like QQ is getting a little bit more stronger here. I like that. Up $1.24. SPY's up $1. They're both pretty good up. I like this. TSL, you already know. So some of these names I'm going to be kind of focusing on TSL, SPY QQQ for these moves. I like it. Sometimes all you do is keep it simple and go for SPY and QQ. Don't be trying to do extra stuff on some of these individual names, right? I've been trading a lot of individual names lately, right? Hood, NVIDIA, AMD, what else? A few other names, and we've been banking on. I haven't missed a single trade on Hood. Not a single trade on Hood yet. It's awesome. So let's see if we can finish out with Hood hitting 120 as the target. So let's see if we can do that as well. I'm waiting for that. Let's see if we can get it above 111.76. I'm gonna be looking for those calls. Down here could work too. I mean, dips on a red day. Like I said, I'm just telling this, dude. I'm trying to tell you guys this. I'm trying to tell you guys this as best as I can on SPY and Q as well too. When we get a red day like Friday where we kind of pulled back into range, these are a gift. a gift. You want to be buying these days. You don't like we're at all-time highs, we're pushing. You want to be buying these. You need to get out of the mindset now of you need to short every single red day because we're not in that same environment anymore that we were in, April. Where was that? Or I'm sorry, like yeah, February, March, whatever. Whenever we were selling off like crazy, hey, I had been like March, April. Anyways, we're not in that type of environment anymore. The market's ever so changing, and usually we usually see a change like this when like a calendar year goes by. But this has been absolutely pretty fast as far as lows all the way back to highs. It's absolutely insane. But again, we're back to highs. You need to be looking for these dips. You need to be looking for that because at any time, you look for shorts. You look for slamming puts and you're getting squeezed. Look at these huge candles or huge wicks on the hourly. You're getting squeezed on the way right back up when you should have been buying down here for that move back up. Sure, you could have slammed some puts right here at 111 for the drop down to 107. But again, you could have been like, when you hit puts up here out of that supply and you're already up on it down here, and at this point you're like, oh, I'm a genius, this is going to dump all the way down to 100, I still got so much more to go, and then it just reverses and now you're down on your position. You don't really understand where you are on the board, and understanding where you are is understanding the bigger picture, and the bigger picture here is dips. You need to be looking for dips. You need to be praying for those red days. Think of this all like a drought. You don't want to be buying calls that are juiced up. You want to be looking for, you think of it like we're in a drought and you're looking for the rain. You're looking for that one red day, that one cloudy, dark red day. When you see a little bit of rain, and from there, that's you're like, yes, I need these prices. I want these prices. That's a deal here because we know the next day we're just going to magnet right back up. We're going to push up here, so it's looking really good. So that's kind of my, I guess, 2 cents strategy for you guys on a super simple basis. Super simple. Don't overthink it. Don't put too much into it. Don't need to write a paragraph on Twitter about it. Don't need to, write up an analysis or tweet a million threads about it just to sound smart. Just buy the damn dip. And buy some time on the contracts. Don't be doing some no lottos right now. I'm sure lottos are working. I haven't touched lottos like that in a minute, other than that gap fill on Monday on SPY Q. But we already banked off calls. I just turned around. Well, we banked off calls off the swing, turned around, and everyone was already up big. So I was like, let's just relax a little bit and go small on some, old-fashioned gap fills, right? Real Cap Monday gap fills. That used to be a huge thing. And so we slammed, and, those went over 100%, worked out fine. And yeah, so don't be going crazy about stuff like that. You don't need to be, again, writing on Twitter what's all going to happen just for you to be wrong. Buy the dip right now, do less, and stop trying to, predict everything other than, all the bad days or, all the negative news and, oh, this might do it. React off price action, understand the bigger picture, and you'll be all right. Market's looking for earnings here, so that's going to overshadow everything. Likely anything that Powell is going to say or Trump says, unless it's super, super like market moving, whatever. So, yeah, shout out to 150 of y'all showing up here. Is the night show, baby. We're ready for Monday, we're ready for this week, ready to make some money. If you're on my live trades, wap.com/Rigo Capital, you can get my Real Cap Trend Bot. Tells you when to buy and sell on SPY and QQQ. Love that. Puts slam, tells you when to slam, calls or puts. And now this week, we're going to be testing out, it's going to tell you trims and targets above and below. So that should help out a lot for sure. So let's see kind of what happens here. Yep. So we're decently green for right now. We're just right back to all-time highs. We're above all-time highs. Intraday doesn't really count. Like we made intraday new all-time highs, but we didn't close it on Friday. So right now we're above all-time highs where we actually closed all-time highs. So we'll see if we can do that again Monday. If we close all-time highs going into the week, that's going to be huge. So keep an eye on that. Names I'm watching, TSL, that's going to be right there with Tesla, right? So that's going to be something. Another thing I'm watching, right? I want to see AMD here kind of falling wedge into this demand, and we're kind of pushing right back out here. I like this. Let's see if we get above 160.93. NVIDIA is a few days out from a bigger move, either up or down. We'll see. If it ends up breaking down here and kind of getting to the gap, I don't know. Maybe I'll play puts. Maybe I won't. It's a huge gap. I don't know how much they're going to fight us on the way down. Every time we got to it over here off the initial day when we ripped, we just tagged it and pushed right back up. So you never want to be in that scenario at all. So we'll see about that. We got Apple squeezing here on the hourly. It should run to 213 supply next, and then if it finishes the move 217, 218, that should be pretty good. So some of these names not too bad. Google has earnings as well with Tesla. So first on the chopping block is going to be Tesla and Google. Let's see how it goes from there. Can't wait for that though. Can't wait for that. We were on fire last week with Nvidia, AMD, SPY QQQ, Hood. That's another thing. Hood. I'm gonna be watching Hood for sure. I'm so pissed. I didn't slam. I almost did too. I saw that Hood did push at open, and I almost slammed calls for that ride up there, but they were already super juiced. And my actual entry was if we broke above here, which was that 106.64. So I thought we would, Friday, and I'm ready to, play it. But obviously we opened up way up here at the 109. We were already like ripping up there. So I don't know. I was like, yeah, I could probably try and look for dips, but I want to play lottos. I was like, nah, no, let me not. Let me just sit back. It pushed up. I was like, when I saw this reversal right here, I was like, okay, this should pull down, and that's when I'm gonna be slamming calls. As far as I can get down here, I'm slamming calls. And this was already late in the day. At this point, mentally, I'm already like, it's Friday afternoon. I'm done. That's Monday stuff. I'll wait for Monday. So the bigger move is coming. But if I slammed here at 107 and got the move all the way back up to 109, 110, definitely would have made a little bit of money right there. I would have liked that. But keep an eye on this as well, Hood. As long as we stay above that 106 level and then break that 111, I'm ready for it. I'm ready to play more calls on that. I haven't missed once on Hood. And I don't see myself missing as long as I stay patient, wait for it. Those calls are moving nicely and working well. So we'll see about that. Looks like ES and MNQ are still pushing up with MNQ flipping green and going here, pushing harder. I like this. I think SPY and Q end up probably gapping up here. SPY and Q has seasonality have the best gap ups on Monday, usually Sunday into Monday, which is pretty crazy. So if we gap up here and hold and keep it pushing, that's gonna be nice. Hopefully we don't gap up though. I want like a slow grind up, push, and then at open get that rip. So we'll see about that. We'll see about it. Other than that, not really seeing any other good setups. We'll see what kind of sets up Monday. You guys already know how I am Sunday night. Unity is looking real good too. Unity's looking real good. Man, I got to keep an eye on this. I would say above that 38, but let me know once it gets in that supply for sure. Unity, I mean, just rocketing here. Cheap contracts, moving dollars. Holy shit, you're going to make some money for sure. For sure. I'm going to keep an eye on that Unity. A little bit of some alerts. Can't be everywhere at once, right? So that's why you have chart alerts, guys. Let me know when that crosses over because I could be in the middle of something. I love it. I'll be done slamming calls on something or playing puts or whatever, and I'm winning. And then I'm like, I'm getting alerts. I'm like, all right, hold on. I'm trading live. So I'm like, all right, hold on. I'm getting alerts from somewhere. I'm like, oh shit, it's AMD, it's Unity, it's whatever. Run, everyone get over there, slam, call, slam. And we start slamming calls, start banking off of that. It's always fun. That's always fun. And reminder too for the RioCap members here, I am officially trading live every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday now. Every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I know I also do extra days here and there, sometimes the full week, but guarantee if you sign up for live trading, you're gonna get every Monday, every Tuesday, every Wednesday now. Guaranteed, no excuses. I don't care where I'm at, vacation, out of town, doesn't matter. We're banking together. I'm on live. We're making it happen. Usually Thursday and Fridays price actions are hit or miss. That's kind of why. So I try not to force it, and I try not to be bored on stream. Just like, all right, guys, we're not doing much. We're in range, just talking for like 3 hours straight. So it's a little taxing on me. So that's why I try and just like sit back on those days. Still win, just alert obviously the trades, to the members. But as far as on the live, I try and chill out a little bit. But yeah, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, guys, you're getting me those 3 days for sure. No ifs, ands, or buts. I'm on live, and we're banking together off my morning strategy that we rarely miss on the opening drive. Rarely. I mean, If there's no move to be made, then that's the only time we lose, when there's no move to be made. Only time we lose when there's no volume and nothing really shows up and nothing really melts up or does anything. That's the only time we lose. But other than that, we win every single time. Like, I got a strategy that wins every single morning. As long as we stick to it, we win off it, and it's pretty awesome to see and do and have fun. Trust that. So if you want to join the team, wap.com/Rico Capital, get in there, guys. Link under bio, link in this stream tweet if you're on Twitter. And if you're on Twitch or YouTube, go ahead and type in wap.com/Rico Capital in your browser, and you'll get access to the sign up, and you'll get access to Discord and everything, private Twitter, all that. So go ahead and make your way, get in there. Yeah, sounds good. All right, questions, let me know. If not, we have our level set and we have everything ready to go to bank for tomorrow. Let's see what sets up. Big week ahead, earnings, a little bit of news. And then the real week's going to be the week after, which is going to be all big tech earnings. So that's going to be something. So stay alive this week. We do have earnings, and I'm down to play some earnings. Let's see if we can get a little risky and make a lot of money off some of these earnings plays. I got a good feeling about this earnings season, so I like it. So let's see what we can do on that. So questions, let me know. If not, I'm out of here. If you need anything, DM me. If you want to sign up for the team or want a code or something like that, wap.com/Rico Capital, DM me if you need anything. If you need the Rico Cap trend bot, tells you where to buy, where to sell, or slam calls, puts. It's going to start giving you trims, telling you when to trim, and then targets above and below. That's going to be awesome. So join that, get access right now, be ready for Monday, and be ready for this week. Anyways, I appreciate y'all showing up. I already gave y'all my targets on SPY QQQ. So when I hop off here, this this video will save and tweet so you can rewatch it over. So appreciate y'all watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.